Like to you?
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
I've been dating for a year, but I'm gonna take a risk and sound a little weird.
Hey, I'm Adele Smith, and I'm from Vancouver Island, Canada.
Around the entrance to IKEA twin beds for the kids.
The area that I grew up in and still live in has a lot of mountains, forest, it rains a lot. It's very beautiful, and it's not a city, that's for sure.
I don't really care. The only thing I care about is if you'll meet me there.
I feel like growing up in a small town made me more hardworking because I constantly just wanted to get out there and prove to everyone on the island that I could become something bigger than the island, because I was always told as a kid that you couldn't do anything more than grow up on the island, live on the island, have a regular job, like stars don't come from the island. So it was kind of always my goal to prove people wrong.
I hate the middle, let's skip to the part when you kiss me.
I grew up listening to Adele and Sam Smith, lots of ballad singer-songwriters, so I knew I was going to go into that lane, but I don't think I really discovered my sound until I started truly songwriting like 3 years ago. I would write rhymes in my head and stuff like that, but I couldn't play an instrument very well my whole life, so I would just come up with melodies and write words down in my notes app that rhymed.
The one to go first, so I'm wishing on 11.
I feel like the turning point of my career was probably Fingers Crossed, blowing up on TikTok. That was the song that really kind of put me on the map, made people know me as a person, know my music. It's a song that got me signed. So I would say that was probably the turning point of my career.
Took me over to your house to meet your family. Introduced me to them saying that you'd marry me.
Normally when I write a song, I start with the concept or the title of the song, something that I'm already going in with the direction of I know what it's going to be about. I normally have a reference of another artist's song that's maybe, if it's piano, I'm like, let's do this piano vibe, or if it's guitar, I'm like, let's do a guitar vibe. But it's very concept-driven and personal life experience-driven. The debut album is called Mirror. It is announced, it comes out July 14th. I called it Mirror because for multiple different reasons. The first initial reason was that every song I write is a reflection of my life or a personal story, so I wanted it to be something that represented that. But I also called it Mirror because the album takes you on kind of an emotional roller coaster. Happy, sad, breakup, oh my goodness, now she's in love, ends with a very, it happens for a reason concept. And I didn't have anyone in my life personally that I felt had lived through all those emotions with me. And when I thought about it, the only thing that had been there throughout it all was my mirror.
Ignore me, could've told me you were seeing her.
I feel like the most important thing I've learned while writing the album, honestly, was probably how to songwrite and just really explain my feelings, how I want them to be explained. So I think through the process of writing hundreds of songs, I just really learned what my sound was and what I wanted to say as an artist.
Finally treats me right. I guess the flowers aren't just used for big apologies.
I'm hoping that when I look back, I remember the positives over the negatives, because I feel like making an album is a very stressful process. But there were a lot of amazing things that just went on and happened throughout making the album, so I hope I just remember all of the positive memories.
It starts to hurt. The version of you in my head now I know wasn't true.
I'm kind of the type of person who never feels like I'm doing enough, and I always want to work harder, and every time I get to a milestone or a goal, I'm just ready for the next one. So I feel like I should probably stop being like that and just really sit with myself and realize that I'm finally putting out an album that I've always wanted to put out my entire life, because I really am excited.
You then leave and go and get some help.